All right. So here we are, guys. Sorry for those of you that will be watching the recording. We're just actually getting started here and talking about our empowerment hour, which is building confidence to build your business. This is definitely inspired by an amazing book called The Slight Edge. All right. It's by Jeff Olson, Turning Simple Disciplines into Massive Success. For those of you that don't like to read, you can go right on YouTube and listen to the audio version of this. I promise you, it will be one of the best listens or reads that you have. I promise you that, guys. All right. So definitely do that if you want. All right. So we started really with just a little quick outline that I had. This is a conversation piece, so I'm going to ask some people to kind of step in and kind of give us their, their take on things. But I wanted to kind of break things down based off of the success that I've had over the last 7 to 8 years in this space and how it can help you. So the first thing that we're going to start here is talking about how everything starts with knowing what you really want out of life. What do you really want to accomplish? All right. And you have to be specific and detailed about your goals. Like literally, you need to take time out with no distractions and write it out on a piece of paper. So I'm going to instruct each and every one of you. If you can do it today, great. If it's going to be sometimes later on the week, it doesn't matter. Just get to it. Take about an hour, all right? It's not going to happen in 5 to 10 minutes. Some of you may have a little brain fart or a brain freeze, right? Where you kind of really don't know. And that's okay. A lot of us are moving fast, going nowhere very fast. And we know it, but we don't know it. It's kind of a subconscious thing, right? And we want to bring it to the conscious so that we can actually, hold on, guys. David, Isaac is under wealth building. All right, wealth building. Yeah. So we want to take time out, guys, to really get specific and write these things down. So I'm going to instruct each and every one of you this week. All right. I know we're already at Thursday, but I want you to do it. Draw a line in the sand. Don't wait till Monday, guys. Don't be that person that says, I'm going to wait till the beginning of the month. I'm going to wait till the 6-month part or the 3-quarter part, or I'm going to wait till the new year to get started. There is no better time, all right, to start taking care of and tackling all of those things that you fear in life than today. All right. Don't go watch TV. Don't do anything that's not going to produce a positive result in your life. Take time out, write down your goals. All right. Whatever it is that you can think of, write it down. All right. Let it flow, because what you're going to do from there, once that is done, is you're going to start itemizing. You're going to start doing the Ben Franklin close and put the pros, the cons. You're going to put what's more practical and realistic now that I can accomplish in the space that I'm in my life. All right. Versus what's going to have to be put on the back burner for later on. All right. So very, very important that you guys do those things. I can tell you right now, last year in January, all right, I wrote down a vision that I had. And I can tell you right now, it was truly inspired by the God that I follow. All right. I wrote it down, and I promise you, after about an hour of writing, this was at 3 o'clock in the morning. All right. I ended up like having writer's block. It just stopped. I had like 3 pages and I didn't know where else to go with it. And I left it alone. April of that same year, the vision that I had wrote down started to come into fruition. Everything that I wrote down in February or January of that year started to make sense. And from there, I was able to build my business and my platform of what I had in mind to become something that has changed my family's trajectory of where we're going financially. And because of that, guys, everything that I touch, all right, and this is not to boast. This is to share with you, we all have the same power if we're able to be specific, write things down, and know what we want in life. Everything in life that I have asked for, I have been able to get, from a beautiful wife to a beautiful family to financially being in a place where my money works for me. I do not work for money, guys. Sometimes I feel lazy. All right. Like I'm not accomplished at a point in my life because my money is working, but I'm not necessarily really working. And okay, it is summer. So I'm spending time with my family, something I haven't really done a lot of. So guys, I want every one of you to get to that point. All right. So let's move forward. 2, you need to align yourself with the right business opportunity that can make your wants come to reality. I'm here to tell you guys, and this may not be what you want to hear. Co-op life is not for everybody. Co-op crowd is not for everybody. Co-op 50-50 is not for everybody. All right. It's equally created for everybody, but not everybody is going to see it. And that's okay. All right. It's like the occupation or the job that you currently have. Why doesn't everybody do what you do? Because it's not for them. All right. So you have to understand that. But for you, you need to align yourself with the right opportunity. And how do you align yourself with the right opportunity? Here's what I'm going to tell you. All right. Because we all know this. The number one thing that we look for in an opportunity is how much money we can make. I don't care what nobody says. Everybody says, oh, it's about this, it's about that. No, it's about the money. All right. You don't want to spend time doing anything that you cannot financially gain from. Not that you love money, but you value it to a point that you realize that you can get the things that you want, accomplish the things that you want if you have more freedom, if you have more options, right? But when I say align yourself, you have to also understand that in aligning yourself, you have to look beneath the surface at the foundation, right? You got to look at the seeds that have been planted when you're aligning yourself with an opportunity to make sure that there's sustainability. All right, there are so many gimmicks out there, guys, so many of them with technology, with the blockchain, with cryptocurrency, and so many other avenues because we are now focused on literally being able to open our phones or our laptops or iPads or tablets and being able to click a button, send some money and make money. Everybody thinks they're going to just become a multi-millionaire overnight without doing any work. And it doesn't happen that way, guys. I don't care what opportunity they say or what can do or what can't do based off of sharing or not sharing. It's not going to happen. You know how I know it's not? Because I don't know how many people do we have on this call right now, David? I'm not even looking at that right now, but how many people on the call?
99.
99 people here, right? On the first call, impromptu, in a sense, I can tell you out of 99 people, there's not one person that will come off the line. And if you do, I would love for you to come off the line when I have the open session to tell us, all right, that you just became rich without doing anything. All right. Because if you did, you probably wouldn't be on this call right now. All right. So it's going to take being specific and intentional and understanding that you have to align yourself with the right business opportunity. And that means finding the right people of integrity, honesty, respect. All right. And at the same time, making sure that the platform that you want to be a part of, all right, has that sustainability as well as the ceilings open so that if you aim, all right, for the stars and you miss, or if you aim for the moon and you miss, you're amongst the stars, which means you have an endless amount of potential financially that can be earned from the opportunity. All right. So identifying the right business for you. All right. Important. Second, you need to know what value you bring to that business. Some people are going to kind of cringe on that one. What do you mean? What value do I bring to the business? No, what can the business do for me? All right, that's what I want to know. Well, guys, that's really simple. That's a rhetorical question. The business can actually make you money. That's why you're interested in it. But it has to go further than that. And you have to now realize that you need to figure out the value that you can bring. You need to figure out what are your strong points? All right. And what can you do to bring that value? Because remember, in every opportunity that you'll be exposed to, even the ones that say you don't have to expose it and to earn, well, the people that are actually like the people you want to be are actually building. They're exposing it, right? So you have to make sure you understand your value and what you can bring, because the value you bring to the opportunity is going to increase the value of the opportunity, guys. Do you think you would probably be in Co-op Life right now if we didn't have the amazing presenters that we have? Probably not. Why? Because you say don't judge a book by its cover, but the first time somebody opens a book or looks at it, that's the first thing they look at. And it's within the first 30 minutes, let's just say, or even the first 5 minutes in some cases, that people have already made the decision, do they want to move forward or not? All right. So you want to make sure you understand the value that you can bring, because the value you bring is only going to increase the value of the company that you've chosen to be a part of, which in essence will end up being your company, right? Because we are all building our own brand, all right, within the business platform of Co-op Life. And that's, I hope, makes sense. All right. So third, set realistic goals. All right. And, there's a twofold to setting realistic goals, right? Because I'm a person that don't set realistic goals, but that's because I've already overcome, right? And I've already conquered the realistic stuff to the point where I can read books and listen to books like The Magic of Thinking Big, all right? And realizing that it's okay to be the first, all right? The first is really the fool. Everybody laughs at the first because everybody is going to give their opinions on why it can't be done. And it's not till it's done that now everybody starts to kind of follow along. All right. So don't be afraid to set realistic goals in your novelty or in your noviceness, if that's a word, in starting a business. Why? Because there's a lot of distractions, guys. You have a lot of distractions, and you have a lot of obligations and responsibilities and people that you have to be accountable to, where it's going to take some time to move your schedule around and to start fitting in, all right, a consistency of doing something, the little things every day, till you build that habit, till you build that muscle memory, so that your business can start moving the way you want it to move. So in setting realistic goals with time frames attached to them, all right, is going to allow you to have a roadmap, all right, to see where you're actually going. All right. Does anybody use a GPS in the car? All right. Does anybody just set a destination to a random place? No, you set a destination to where it is that you're going. Why? Because if you don't, you'll just be driving and you'll run out of gas and have to keep on putting gas. But again, you're not going anywhere, right? You're just moving around, moving fast, going nowhere. So you want to set realistic goals and time frames. Let me focus on time frames for a second, because there's another side of thinking where people say, well, don't set time frames because everything's going to happen in its own time anyway. Well, yeah, that's true. It's the universe, but you got to still set time frames so that you can measure, right, where you're going, measure your accomplishments, measure the work that you're actually doing. If you're not able to measure, then you can't assess if the business is really working or not. The goal is to not just be sitting here and twiddling your thumb. The goal is to have progress every single day, even if it's as small as a mustard seed, right? The goal is to constantly be moving forward. So realistic goals, what do I mean by that? Okay, while they tell you you can make millions, let's start off by making a couple of $100 residually every single month or every single week or whatever it is that you can kind of fathom and imagine, right? Because everybody has a different thinking of what money is, right? For you, $10,000 may be a lot of money. For me, it may be something that I can just put my hands on in the next 24 hours. Everybody's going to be in a different lane, in a different space, but everybody is looking to move to that place, right? And you have to do that by setting realistic goals, all right? Saying to yourself, I only have 3 hours a week. Truly, I'm not watching TV. I'm not doing anything I'm always busy. I work 20 hours a week or a day or whatever it is, and I can only set this amount of time. If that's the time that you're going to set, you got to make sure that all distractions are to the side and you maximize that time as much as you can, because what's going to happen is after the week is done, after the 2 weeks is done, after the 3 weeks is done, after the month is done, you should be able to assess your success, all right, you should be able to figure out, are you going to hit those realistic goals in those time frames based off of the time that you're actually putting in? If you do, great. It's time to move to the next level and start setting some more some bigger goals, right? If not, then you need to reassess and readjust. And that's okay for a lot of you. Don't think because you haven't made any money in the first couple of weeks or month that it's not going to be successful. If you've been putting in the time, I'm going to say it again. If you've been putting in the time, you just need to reassess. All right, reassess, figure out what you were doing wrong, and let's figure out, can we have some success in the next 4 weeks? And if you see more progress than you did the month before, you're on the right track. If you don't, you need to dive deeper, because if you go 3 months, this is my rule of thumb, don't hold me to it, I'm only telling you, if you go 90 days of hitting it hard, having a plan, knowing where you're going, truly believing and understanding the business that you're in, right? There's no reason that you should not see positive progress that keeps you moving, motivated mentally, all right, after 90 days, all right? After that, you probably need to go find something else to do because the business is not right for you if you are putting in the time, all right? So don't fake yourself out by thinking because you're on a call every day that you're putting in the time. That's not putting in the time, all right? Putting in the time is if you got 2 or 3 people every day on the call, right? People that you're following up with 15 minutes before the call to make sure they're on the call because they already forgot about the call that you told them about an hour before that, all right? That's a part of the work that's involved, all right? So I hope that kind of makes sense. So let's move to being proactive and learn the ins and outs of your business while you're actively building your business, all right? The best way to learn is to be involved and stay active. Don't get caught. It says to get caught in analysis paralysis. So don't get caught, all right, in analysis paralysis, all right? So let's break this down for a second. Let me tell you what most people do, all right, that are analytics especially. They want to learn everything before they share anything. Guys, this is not an hourly rate job that you get. This is not a, hey, you signed a piece of paper that says you're getting a certain salary every year. All you got to do is show up. That's not what running a business is, guys. All right. You got to put in the sweat equity. You got to be able to plant that seed, all right, and water it and cultivate it. All right. So learning the ins and outs of your business, the best way to do that is to be active in your business. And let me tell you why. This is key, guys, really important. The reason why you don't want to know everything in the beginning is because you have no skin in the game. You've put no time in and you haven't been battle tested. So while you may think you know everything because you're studying it, how many people realize through their own profession that what you studied, all right, and raise your hand if you feel me on this, what you studied is not necessarily what it is when you actually go out in the battlefield, all right? The basics is, but it's totally different, right, than what it is that once you get out there. Well, that's because it's in game speed now, all right? Some of you athletes out there understand what I'm talking about. Practice and game speed is 2 different things. When you're practicing against an opponent that is there to help you get better, it's different than when you're in front of the actual opponent that's trying to take you down. All right. Now it's do or die. Right. So you have to learn the ins and outs of your business by staying active and building your business. That's the best way to do it. Why? Because you'll see it in real time and you'll be able to handle and problem solve as the challenges come about when you're in the activity. That's the best way to assess it, guys. All right. So learn the ins and outs, the way you become more confident, the way you have more posture. All right. And be able to speak with that confidence is being active. Because once you're active, you're able to share with people and you're able to get across whatever point that you're getting across because you've already gone through it. There's no hesitancy in you being able to share co-op life or whatever it is that you're doing with whoever you're sharing it with. All right. So stay active constantly. All right. Sharing. Let's go to the next one. Sharing is not just caring, it's do or die. I've been a part of a lot of opportunities, guys. I'm one of those that it's funny because I'm like my dad, right? And rest his soul, he passed away a year ago unexpectedly. He was very successful as an investor, as a real estate agent of Remax here in South Florida. He moved to Africa, where he's from, Liberia, West Africa, and been there for the last 20 years. But he was involved in everything. So while my dad was extremely successful, he never became the multi-millionaire that I know he was destined to be. He actually created a lot of millionaires, but he never became one himself. And that was because he had his hands in everything. We only got two hands, guys. We only got one brain. All right, we only got one body. We can only be in one place at one time physically. Of course, through Zoom, we can be all over the place. So that's, you know, a nice thing when it comes to our opportunity, right? It's called clicking the mouse to a bigger house, right? But at the same time, I say that to say, you'll never be financially where you want to be by putting your hands in a lot of different jars without mastering one. You have to, successful people, multi-millionaires and billionaires have successful businesses that run itself. That's why they can move on to different aspects of business and then take their money and grow another business, all right? But in saying that, sharing is not just caring, it's do or die. Guys, if you want co-op life, if you want the co-op opportunity to work, which I can tell you right now, Greg exudes it all the time. All right, Nicole exudes it all the time. All right, Daryl exudes it all the time. If you want to be successful, guys, you have to take advantage of the presentations that are being put in front of you. No one is doing it for their health. These guys are putting it all on the line. All right, and they're doing it. They're sacrificing every single day to give you an opportunity to not have to do the heavy lifting. Sharing the opportunity is what's going to grow our co-op crowd, our co-op 50-50, and in other words, our co-op life. You have to share, guys. There is no reason, all right, that we shouldn't have 1,000+ people on every call. No reason. We have people in an unlimited amount of countries, guys. All right, each and every one of us, I was talking to Greg earlier, all right, each and every one of us knows at least 25 to 30 people in our circle that have their own household, that make their own money, that's looking for an opportunity to bring more money into their household. Everybody does. It's like Thanksgiving in the US, right? Everybody literally can have Thanksgiving at their home and have a house full of working people. All right, I'm not going to say successful, but at least working, which means they have a roof over their head, they have income coming in, they have accountability, right? Everybody can do that. So how is it that it is so challenging, right, for us to literally invite 2 or 3 people a day and get those people to do the same thing, to get to the point where, guess what, guys? The calls should be locked. People should be like, yo, I couldn't get in. It said that it was at its capacity. We should be at capacity, guys, every single call. We have way more than enough people that it should be done that way, even if only 20% of the people were doing 80% of the work. All right, so you need to share the opportunity. And I want to go into sharing a little. All right, how do you share the opportunity? Dap, I'm having a challenge. You know, I try to share it with people, but people just not listening, or people, you know, they say they're going to get on, but they never get on. First and foremost, create a script. And I think we have one already, but create a script, an introductory of how you are going to share this. Everybody shares differently, but the key is to say as little as possible, but to be as effective as possible. You want to pique their interest. All right, without giving away the bag. All right. That's all you want to do. All right. And if we got to role play, we need to role play with it. But it's really simple. Hey, listen, guys. I just became a part of a crowdfunding opportunity that shows us how to generate donations that can take care of anything we need in life. I need you to get on a call at 8 o'clock tonight. Could I count on you? You see what I just did? I gave an instruction. I didn't say, can you? All right. In life, you get, all right, what you are intentional about. Your friends, your family, your inner circle, the people you already have a relationship with, they have already given you, all right, the okay to instruct them to do something. When you instruct people to do something, they do it. If they can't do it, they'll tell you they can't do it, but they can't do it not because they don't want to, it's because maybe of the time factor. So you'll have to reschedule, but you want to tell people what they need to do. I need you to be on this call at 8 o'clock so that you can see what I'm talking about. I wish I could tell you everything, but listen, I'm brand new at this. All right. But what I can tell you is I'm interested, and I know you're interested if I'm interested, because we believe in the same things. We want to accomplish the same things in our life. Remember, you are talking this way to people you have a relationship with already. All right. So it's very important that you are intentional in sharing the actual opportunity. All right. So instruct, let them know. Another key factor, the follow-up. Guys, 90% of the people won't show up when they tell you they're going to show up. All right. 20 to 30% of those people will if you do one thing. If you follow up, you have to follow up, all right, at least 15 minutes to 30 minutes prior to the call. All right. It's so important that you follow up. You have to call them up. All right. Don't just text them. You can text them, but call them up as well. Or if you text them, make sure they text you back saying, okay, all right, I'm definitely going to be on. And tell them, hey, you need to be on 5 minutes before or 10 minutes before or whatever it is, because it's the potential for the call is going to lock you out. And I don't want you to get locked out. All right, so be intentional, be specific. All right, goes back to some of the rules that we talked about prior, right? That way, when you are sharing the opportunity, at least you get people to see it for themselves. And from there, all right, sorry guys, there's going to be a little noise. All my kids have just come back from Bible summer camp. Can you get her, please? Here, say hi. Come here, say hi real quickly. My daughter, this is the smaller one. So say hi. You say hi? Hi. Yeah, hi. She's one. She'll be two soon. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. All right, guys. So, all right, go ahead. All right, guys. So it's really, really important, guys, that you are very, very intentional and specific when it comes to sharing the opportunity, guys. All right. So I wanna stop there for a second because I want to open it up. All right. Because we got about, I said, a good 20 minutes. All right. But I want to share with you a couple of quotes while I'm doing that. Let me actually stop this sharing real quickly so I can see the hands there. Do we have Isaac on, David? Oh yeah, we do. Here we go. Isaac, what's up, brother?
Hey, not much, man. Just listening to the great information. You hit a lot of key points. You hit a lot of things that are real and not fictitious things. You shared quite a few things that are relevant, that are important to business building, that are important to understanding how to own your own, how to build, how to follow up, how to resourcefully use the things that are actually needed to be successful. And as you mentioned, the Zooms that we have already, like you say, you have everyone putting their blood, sweat, and tears. You have Greg, you have Nicole, you have Daryl, you got Tommy Boy, you got Nalani. You have so many people that are doing so many great things, right? And it's kind of funny because I was wondering, right? Am I doing all that I can do? My team were having Zooms every day, twice a day, right? And I just had to do a mind and body reset myself, right? And so, like you said, I was traveling, coming back from Hawaii, just understanding that when we are building and we are sharing, you too need to look at yourself and say, well, am I doing all that I can do? Can I approach this a little differently? Am I being resourceful? Am I actually aligning myself with other great leaders? Am I actually dedicating or designating a little bit of responsibility and authority to my teammates who are actually doing the exact same thing or wanting the exact same thing out of life, out of business as myself? And if you're aligning yourself with those types of people, it is so easy to ensure that those people are duplicating exactly what you shared with them. And when you do that and you follow up to ensure, right? Trust but verify. When you do those things, let me tell you, you can build something massive. And again, Greg is phenomenal with all of the information that he shares, the time that he puts into teaching and guiding and helping. And even when he's going through his own personal, like yourself, when you find great leaders that find a way to overcome and adapt and overcome when they're going through their own trials and tribulations in life, it shows you their character, their true character. Not that you didn't already know, but it gives you that extra emphasis on how successful they want you to be as well as themselves. So, just some of the things that actually stuck out to me, and I'm sure stuck out hopefully to others who are on the call, but they're meaningful and impactful. So back to you.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Yes, listen, guys, it's simple, but it's not easy, guys. It's not easy at all. And I think we all can attest. Raise your hand if you can truly agree with me with this. Nothing in life worth having comes without a price. I don't care what it is. It could be your spouse. It could be your spiritual sanity. It could be your physical health or the lack of it that you had and then it changed, right? Nothing worth having comes without a price. And if you can keep that in your head in everything that you do, you'll be able to endure every challenge that comes your way. All right, because there is a price that has to be paid. And trust me, each and every one of us have been built and constructed by the Creator to be able to handle whatever it is that is thrown in our life. I don't care what it is. Nobody here has a situation, all right, that cannot be overcome. No one. The only person that can't are the ones that are no longer here. So as long as you are still here, all right, whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve, guys. The body may not be able to keep up, but Lord knows, man, the mind is powerful. Thomas J. Watson, Sr., the founder of IBM, has an amazing quote. It's a very simple quote. The formula for success is quite simple. Double your rate of failure. A lot of us watch Elon Musk and Tesla and SpaceX, and we saw the amazing Richard Branson of Virgin Atlantic, and we saw what's the guy, Bezos from Amazon. I mean, you think those guys didn't fail miserably? multiple times, guys. I don't know if you guys. I'm only 42 years old, but I remember Amazon back in 2000, I think. All right. People were like, yeah, right. Whatever. People spinning his face like, come on. Like, yeah, that ain't doing nothing. Guys, nothing worth having comes without a price. And as long as you keep that motto and understand it, everything is possible, guys. What I want to do also, I want to make sure you guys realize corporate call is going to be at 2:00, guys. So don't forget about that. All right. So promote the corporate call at 2 p.m. All right. Make sure that you guys are on. So with that being said, guys, what I want to do real quickly is let me go ahead and somebody's unmuted. Who's that sound in the background? Oh, that's probably, oh, there we go. All right. So what I want to do right now is let's open it up. Each and every one of you here, most of you are definitely in co-op life, and talk to me. Tell me what you've learned so far, or any things that you may want to share as far as what we've actually talked about. Raise your hand on the actual Zoom, and we'll go ahead and call on you. If you want to have a dialogue about what we spoke about, if you had something that you wanted to add, anybody want to add anything? There we go. I see, I think George, you just popped up. So let's go ahead and go ahead, George, you can unmute yourself.
Hey there. Hello. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, loud and clear.
Hey, great advice you're giving people. Great thoughts, result of experience. So I think that's really very good. I'm going to get my daughter, who's just at the beginning of this, who said to me earlier, I'm worried, maybe I won't be able to get anybody. So I'm going to get her to listen to this call. I appreciate you doing this, and I will certainly listen to your further calls. I'm in Spain, on the island of Mallorca, in the Mediterranean, by the way. So
nice. That's not, I mean, you live there, so, but for us, that sounds like an amazing vacation that needs to be had.
Well, when I was at school, I'll tell you this. When I was at school, I used to, in England, in London, in grey, rainy London, I used to look out the window thinking, I want to live on an island with a view of the sea. And years later, I went, wow, it happened. So yeah, anything you put in your mind, if you give it attention daily, it works. And I can add this, I just got onto the $1,000 board today. I got to like $500, $600, $700 maybe dollars of gifts today. So awesome. Now on the way for the $2,000 board.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. Listen, grinding your way to the gold, man. And that's
absolutely. No, I want to see those 177,147 people in my 10th level. That's the vision I've got.
Absolutely. And you said the right thing, the vision. That means you've already seen it. It's,
oh yeah.
Well, it's not just the vision from the eyes. It's understanding that you need to have the motivation, the constant motivation to get there, and you will. So that's awesome, man. Thank you so much for what it is that you do, the donations that you have given, and most importantly, the blessings that you're receiving at the same time. So cool.
And forgive me for not putting my video on, but we're actually suffering from COVID at the moment, so my face doesn't look great. But you know what? COVID doesn't stop me with co-op life.
That's it. Hey, listen, we were battling that in my house. We thought that it was immune from our house, and my daughter, 15, and my wife just literally tested negative with the rapid 3 days ago, and they just did what is called the PCR test for the more accurate, and we'll get the results today. So hopefully it'll be completely removed from the household. It was a challenge. It was a challenge.
I hope you don't have it, but anyway, yeah. We're getting through. God bless.
Absolutely. God bless. God bless. Thank you so much. I want to say one thing also, guys, and let me tell you the value of these calls. And we're going to obviously be doing more of this. Every Thursday will be a different topic, and there are going to be a lot of different things going on. But when I first got exposed to this opportunity, guys, the call that I saw, I think it was a recording, and it was by Daryl. And the crazy part, I was expecting to actually see an opportunity and see money, right? And talk about money. And I don't know what it was about that specific call, but the call, I was literally on it for 45 minutes and knew nothing about co-op 50/50. All right. Because he was sharing the value of empowerment. All right. And it kept me on, because again, I was looking to hear about money, because I heard about this co-op 50/50 and all the money that you can make. But what actually attracted me was the value that he brought in the empowerment side, the self-development side, because he actually, I think, talked about co-op 50/50 on that call, like on the latter parts, but I was already sold. All right. And I was sold because I realized that the people in my life that are in my life now all empower me. And it's why I keep on building and growing. 6 years ago, And the 13 plus years before that, that I've been in business, I never had people empowering me. I was doing all the empowering after getting all of the knowledge and listening to all of the audios and the videos and going to Les Brown, who lived here in Miami, who was very close to my dad, and doing all these different things, but I wasn't getting any empowerment. And what I realized is when I started to share opportunities and build and find leaders, 90% of the people that I'm close to right now, I have never seen physically in my life. All right, that empower my life, that pray over my family, that we talk. It's almost like we have dinner. All right, but it's through Zooms, it's through phone calls, it's through just collaborating and talking about how we can be better as people. All of it has been done over Zooms and phone calls through businesses, guys. All right, and that shows you the power of what this truly can actually do for you. So kudos, Daryl, to you. I know we've never really kind of truly spoke, but brother, I'm telling you, I'm gonna find that call, but you hit it right on the head, bro. And that's what drove me in to actually want to know more. So thank you for what you do and what you bring to this awesome community. Lene, did you want to say something? Your hand went down, so I guess you were just having your hand up when I was asking people to put the hand up. Let's see here. Daryl, let's have you come off. I don't know if you wanted to say something or not, but why not, brother?
Yes, sir. Hey, brother. Thank you for the kind words. Yes. Haven't combed my hair today, so I was gonna keep the video off. But hey, what I wanted to say is that, man, I love this. I know I'm gonna love this because I love empowerment. I love the talk. And Isaac, man, he summed it all up. Everything that you was talking about, he summed it up perfectly. But I love this. And the book, The Magic of Thinking Big, man, I read that book, I don't know how many times now, but I'm big on personal development. And I just want to say thank you for pouring out your heart. I've heard you speak before. Me and Greg, we talked a while back when you first came onto the scene. I was like, man, yeah, I heard that brother before. And I'm just glad that you're here, glad to, get the knowledge that you're going to be presenting, and keep doing what you're doing, brother. Appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Awesomeness, awesome sauce. Greg, go ahead and unmute yourself if you had something. I don't know if, there we go.
Hey, I don't have anything more to add except that, it's so refreshing to be associated with, leaders. And we talked about this, many months ago when we first connected, that we're going to attract the best of the best leaders from around the world to be a part of Co-op Life. And what you were able to share today exhibited that kind of leadership. And this is just the tip of the iceberg as we can continue to unfold and put this schedule together for each and every one of our global community members. I mean, we care and love you guys so much. And that's why we're going to be the biggest and the brightest star in Hope for a Hurting World. You knocked it out of the park, my man. Appreciate you so much. And so I'm going to get ready for this corporate call here, but all the love and respect in the world to you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to share, brother. Thank you so much. So you already know what you mean to me. So we've had an opportunity to actually physically meet, even through this, when you came down here with your lovely bride to Miami. So I really appreciate what you bring. And again, hats off to the consistency. Again, guys, none of us have to do, none of the leaders have to do what they do. I say it all the time. We don't need your money. All right, none of us, and this goes for you sharing with other people. You don't need anybody's money. You value them and their time. All right, we are leveraging off of each other. We are getting together to get ahead. And there is no better way to do it than to do it together. There's no better way to do it than in a transparent platform and process that shows it all out and that lays it all out. We're not focusing on anybody else's mission or product or service. We are focusing on the value that we bring together, donating to each other, and now about to create a residual income through this platform that's only going to allow us to further, accomplish the things that we want. Because we all know until we start to have our money work for us, working for it is not the way, guys. And this platform, Greg, again, spoke about this with me earlier. This platform is going against the grain. with everything else out there. It's going against the grain, guys. Everything else out there right now, and I'm a part of some of those things. Let me not say that I'm not, all right? But I have the money to be a part of those things and understand the risk versus the reward. And I can tell you right now, if you're gonna pour money in those things, the risk is way higher than the reward. Where in a platform like this, you can count on legacy and understanding that we are literally creating each other's retirement plan by just constantly building together, guys. 3 months from now, we should all look back and say, wow, I'm at 50,000 a month, 100,000 a month. I'm at 5,000 a month. I'm at $500 a month. Everybody on a different schedule based off of the work that they put in. But here's the beauty. The person that's at 50,000 a month is eventually going to get to 500,000 a month. The person at $500 a month is going to eventually get to $5,000 a month. And it's going to be all residual. All right. Everybody in their own lane, whether you're in the fast lane or the slow lane, we still have our GPS on, right? Going in the direction and hitting our target, going to the location that we've set, right? And that's really what all of this is about. So with that being said, I'm going to take one more person and we're going to go ahead and get ready for the corporate call. Let's go ahead and bring on, again, I don't know who, Darren, that is. I'll mute you. Let's see.
Hey, Dap, thanks, man. You did a great job. I appreciate your brothers, yourself, Greg, Daryl, very much so. Powerful words. I just want to say, really, just for anybody, for everybody, really, just walk in confidence, stand in your strength, understand that what you have in your hand is gold, it's a blessing that you have to put on to share with others. It's a blessing. You're not, a lot of people feel like, you're burdening them and things like this, or you may feel like you may be, hey, I don't want to burden this person. But, do yourself a favor and understand that it's a blessing that you hold. And so, it's just a mindset and just look at it from a different point of view. But again, I thank you guys. I thank you, brothers, doing a fantastic job. And again, walk in that faith and that confidence and stand in that strength. So thank you.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna call on one female. We haven't heard from a female. Let's go to is it Mika? Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hi, I'm here at work, but I'm listening on my headphones to the call. And one thing I wanted to add was when you're on these calls, it's important to take notes because you might forget something that you might need to hear repeatedly. So I wrote down the book and I wrote down, let me see, I wrote a lot. I'm doing here, but I wrote down a lot of stuff. I wrote down about what Isaac said about successful people fail a lot. So we shouldn't feel down when we, get no's, just keep on going. And it's important to align yourself with like-minded people. It's easier to be successful when you are around people that are like-minded.
Sometimes you need to get away from the kids for grown-up time. Or get away.
And what you said about set focused time is really important. That's something I need to work on. And Isaac said, am I doing enough? That's something I need to read these statements daily because it really hit home for me. And we need to take notes. That's really just what I wanted to say.
Absolutely. Awesome.
I have more notes, but I'm not going to read them all off.
One of my mentors, Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, if you guys know who he is, he talks about it all the time. He's a person that, earns over $100,000 an hour doing talks, even though he doesn't do very many of them now because he's dealing with so many corporations. He talks about, listen, I give people the secret every day. People pay thousands of dollars to come sit down and see me for an hour, and I talk and I give them the recipe, and no one still writes it down. Like,
I love Eric Thomas.
Yeah, no one writes it down. Like, success is not a secret, guys. It's out in the open. You're not going to do anything different than what has already been done. Just follow the road that's already been paved in co-op life. Follow the leaders and what they say. Be humble. Put your pride in your back pocket. What you did yesterday has nothing to do with what you do today. All right. Everybody wants to know, what have you done for me lately? All right. All the success that you had prior is great. It's something that can be learned from and taught. But going forward, guys, in this, we are about building futures and sharing with new people every single day so that they can attain the things in life that they want as well. So anyway, guys, with that being said, I'm going to leave you with the song that inspires me all day, every day when it comes to financially building. And we'll see you on the next call. All right. So you guys have a good one.
I wanna be a billionaire so freaking bad. Buy all of the things I never had. I wanna be on the cover of Forbes magazine, smiling next to Oprah and the Queen. Oh, every time I close my eyes, I see my name in shining lights. Yeah, a different city every night. Oh, I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire. Yeah, I would have a show like Oprah. I would be the host of Everyday Christmas. Give Travis your wish list. I'd probably pull a Angelina and Brad Pitt and adopt a bunch of babies that ain't never had. Give away a few Mercedes like, here, let me have this. And last but not least, grant somebody their last wish. It's been a couple months that I've been single, so you can call me Travis Claus minus the ho-ho. Get it? I'll probably visit where Katrina hit and sure do a lot more than FEMA did. Yeah, can't forget about me, stupid. Everywhere I go, I'ma have my own theme music. Oh, every time I close my eyes, what you see, bro? I see my name in shining lights. Alright, a different city.